to make stuffing. What I've been doing lately, or what I did last year, was for Thanksgiving and for Christmas both, I started a month before and just started doing extra things like the stuffing or the apple crisp or the sweet potatoes and putting them in the freezer. So I'm going to show you how you can make 2 pans of stuffing and use one for your dinner and then put the other one in the freezer to use for later. Or if you're prepping for a big meal like Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter, you can make it ahead of time, and then that frees you up on the day of the big dinner, and you can just pull it out of the freezer and then put it in the oven when it's time to bake it. So I have a pound of regular sausage, some vegetable broth. You can use chicken or turkey broth if you'd rather. I have some ground sage, or you can use poultry seasoning. You can put some thyme in it if you'd like. I have some cube stuffing mix. So any of the brands I think are good. It's just dried bread. You can make your own if you want. I have a couple of Granny Smith apples. I have some olive oil, black pepper and salt. I have some diced onion and some diced celery. I'm going to start out by browning the sausage. You could use turkey sausage if you wanted to, or you could leave it completely out and make it vegan. I like to use the maple flavored sausage, but my husband doesn't like it as well. Okay, while the sausage is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get my apples diced. You wouldn't have to peel them if you didn't want to. I just like to. And some of the celery. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Quite a bit, because it's going to, these are the seasonings that are going to be in all of those breadcrumbs. And I might even want to add, sometimes I add my sage after, but I'm going to add some there. And some thyme. You don't want too much of that. And you could use fresh if you wanted. Okay, I've got the apples in the fry pan. A little more salt and pepper. And give it a stir. And the good thing about this is if you didn't do it ahead of time and put it in your freezer, you can always do this step the night before Thanksgiving or Christmas, or whenever you're going to eat your stuffing or bread dressing, and then put this in the refrigerator and then assemble it the next day. And I have had plenty of times when I've done that. Put it in a large bowl. bit of olive oil on it. You can use butter if you'd rather. Some people put an egg in here, but I don't. Some more salt and pepper. And a little bit more sage. And I am just going to pour some vegetable broth. You can use chicken or turkey over this and let it soften while I'm waiting for those vegetables to be done. I usually end up using a whole box of this broth, and sometimes that's not enough and I have to open a can or just put a little bit of water in. Quite often I have leftover broth in the refrigerator I can use with it also. But I think this might be about right. Starting to hold together. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to get a couple of pans. Okay, one we're going to use for dinner tonight, and the other one I'm going to freeze for another time. So the one I'm using for tonight, I'm going to just put straight in the oven. And this one in the foil pan, I am going to wrap in plastic wrap and foil. So you can see that one of those boxes of stuffing makes like an 8 by 8 inch pan. My mom used to stuff the bird with the stuffing, but I think maybe one year when we had Thanksgiving we did it that way, and ever since then we've just done it this way. Okay, this one is going in the oven for dinner. So if you put the plastic wrap on first, just be sure that when you take it out of the freezer that you unwrap that and take the plastic wrap off before you put it in the oven. Okay, go ahead and label that. I'm just putting a sticky note on here. Some people like to just write directly on the foil, because sometimes these things in the freezer they'll come off. But this is how I'm doing it. I'm going to put that in the freezer. I've got a delicious side dish all ready to go in the oven for a night when I don't have time to cook, or I don't know what to make for dinner, or ahead of time for a holiday, so that I'm not stuck in the kitchen the whole day of the holiday while everybody's out having fun. I can enjoy my company. So when the other one comes out of the oven, I'll show you what it looks like if I don't burn it. If I burn it, I won't. I forgot to mention that I like to use shallots instead of onions in this, but I didn't get any at the store, so I just used a sweet onion. But if you want to trade out the onions for shallots, you could also use green onions if you didn't have any regular onions. But shallots are nice and sweet, and they're really, I think they're really good in this. So here's the stuffing. It cooked for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. And so there you have apple sage sausage stuffing. Goodbye.